Today we'll be doing the activities of Chapter 1, Introduction in Statistics. The first question of Chapter 1 Statistics activities is, list different activities of the members of your family. Would you call them economic activities? So now we will write the answer of it. The answer will be families mostly does different kind of activities. So what kind of activities they are? They can be earning income, cooking, shopping, caring for the family members, spending their leisure time, studying, playing, and etc. So now we will consider which of the activities are economic activities and which are not economic activities. So we know that no all activities are economic activities. So what are the economic activities? Economic activities includes only those activities that are done to earn income. This is very important. Economic activities are only those activities which are done to earn income. So what are the examples of economic activities? They can be working in office, running business, selling things, farming, or online job running. They all earn income, so they are economic activities. Now what are non-economic activities? Non-economic activities are those activities that are done mostly without any intention to earn income. So there is no earning income for non-economic activities. They can be taking care of children, love, or personal satisfaction. These activities are done. Examples can be cooking for the family member, taking care of the children. These are the non-economic activities which doesn't have any earning income intention. The second question is, do you consider yourself a consumer? For this, we will first have to understand what a consumer is. So a consumer is a person that uses the service and the goods to satisfy their wants or needs. So this is very important. In order to satisfy the want or need, a consumer uses the goods and services. Next is buying food, clothes, utensils, books, or anything purchasing or any other services they purchase, like education and transportation, are the examples of being a consumer. So consumer will have a purchasing decision. So what are the three criteria of being a consumer? They must have personal wants or needs, they must have purchasing decision, and they must spend money to buy goods. So here, what was the question? Do you consider yourself a consumer? Hence, the answer will be yes, I consider myself a true consumer because I have all the three criteria. That means I have my personal want or need, I have a purchasing decision, and I spend money to buy goods and services. So I am a consumer in the true sense. The next activity question is, can you think of yourself or some other examples where a person with a given income has to choose which things in what quantities he or she can buy at prices that can be charged, called the current prices? What will happen if the current prices go up? And the answer here will be yes, the below example can explain the above question clearly. So we will explain the question clearly below. Now we consider students. Suppose a student, he has a fixed spending money amount. So what is the amount here? We take it as 100 INR, Indian rupees, per week. So per week he is allowed to spend 100 rupees. So with this money, what does the student buy? He can buy books, he can buy stationery, he can buy food items. Now at the current price, the student may choose. So what is the current price? It is 100 INR. So he can choose in this way, the below way. He can choose 3 food items for 40 INR, stationery for 30 INR, and books for 30 INR. So altogether, this comes out to be equal to what? 100 INR. So the total amount the student can spend, that means the full amount, which is 100 rupees or 100 INR. So we find that the student uses the full 100 INR. in spending books, stationery, and food items. Now, the student uses the full money or the limited income, which is 100 INR. And what does he do? He decides what to purchase and in what quantities to purchase. So these two, what to purchase and what quantity to purchase, this makes up the situation which is known as the budget constraint. Now, next question is what? Now, if the current prices goes up or increases, so what happens then? What happens? The cost of books, transport, stationery, food items all increases along, and so what? He will have to spend with that same amount, but the income or the limited income is what? 100 INR. With the same amount, he will have to purchase the goods with that current prices going up. So what happens? Hence, the students will choose to buy fewer items. Now, the prices of the goods, they go up. So what will happen? The student will buy either few or will try to manage or choose between the quantities. So what happens? He will prefer to choose to buy the fewer quantities and prefer the cheaper items. So if any other cheaper alternatives is available, those the student can go to buy those items with the same prices of goods and services being increased. So here we find the student will choose two alternatives. In order he would prefer to buy fewer items and prefer cheaper alternative. So what will be the final result? The purchasing power decreases. So here, because of the increase of the prices of goods and services, the purchasing power decreases when the price of goods and services increases and income remaining the same. So there will be adjustment of the choices accordingly. The next activity question is question number 4. Identify your wants. How many of them can be fulfilled? How many of them are unfulfilled? Why you are unable to fulfill? The answer for this question will be human wants are the needs and desires. So what are the human wants? They are the needs and desires that people have in order to satisfy their utilities or their choices or their wants. Okay, in order to satisfy their personal satisfactions, the human want is there. So what are the kind of human wants? They can be food, clothing, shelter, education, luxury, entertainment, travel, gadgets. Any kind of human wants can be there. So now what happens? The next question, how many of them can be fulfilled? We know that only some of the wants can be fulfilled. All the wants cannot be fulfilled. So every want cannot be fulfilled always. A person is unable. Why? What are the reasons? The reasons why all the wants cannot be fulfilled may be, or it can be, is that due to the limited income. What happens? The purchasing capacity decreases because of the limited income. Unlimited wants, there can be unlimited wants. So all wants cannot be fulfilled. And what happens? There may be limited resources. So there is availability of limited resources like food, water, electricity. There may be limited resources. Even time and energy are the limited resources. So in order to access the availability of the one, so they are, because of the limited resources, so what happens? The human wants all cannot be fulfilled. So what are the final answer? Humans can satisfy only few of the wants and many remains unfulfilled due to the limitations of resources and time. Question 5 is, what are the different kinds of scarcities that one faces in daily life? Identify the causes. So the various type, the answer will be the various type of scarcities can be scarcity of time, scarcity of resources, scarcity of money, scarcity of scopes or opportunities. Now, what are the causes of these scarcities? The causes of these scarcities can be unlimited human wants, limited resources, population growth, unequal distribution, and misuse of resources. So these are the causes of scarcities of the one faces in the daily life. The next question is, think of two examples of quantitative and qualitative data. So we know that what are quantitative data? Quantitative data are those data which can be counted or quantified. And what are the qualitative data? Qualitative data are those that shows the qualities or the characteristics. So quantitative data, we find that how can quantitative data here, what are the examples they can be? They can be number of passengers in a train, number of students in a class, monthly income of a family. So these are all the quantitative data which can be quantified or they can be measured. Qualitative data, examples of qualitative data can be color of the house, nature of a person, taste of a food, which cannot be quantified or measured. So these are the qualitative data. Now we come to the last question of the activities, question number 7. Here, which of the following would give you qualitative data? So here there are different type of activities, so which will give you the qualitative data among them. So beauty, intelligence, ability to sing, income earned, marks in a subject, learning skills. Out of these, which are qualitative data? So answer will be qualitative data. What are the qualitative data? Qualitative data are the qualities or the characteristics of a person, and these cannot be counted. So from here, what are these? Number one is beauty, that cannot be counted. Intelligence, that cannot be counted. Ability to sing, learning skills, they are not counted, they cannot be counted, and they cannot be measured. So these are all the qualitative data. And next one, which is quantitative data. So quantitative data are those which can be measured or counted. These are income earned, marks in a subject. So these two are the quantitative data which can be counted or measured in numbers.